My entire channel before I started doing clothing was Pelayotech. I used to sell electronics. At one point I had a 16,000 item electronic eBay store, which was full of all kinds of electronics, everything you guys can possibly imagine. And a couple of months ago I did a transition into clothing, shoes, hats, and all that stuff, jackets, sports memorabilia, stuff like that. And I still had some electronics. I still have 1,800 electronics listed up on my store, and that is going to change this week. We are getting rid of the rest of our electronics. I will be having only 10 of these boxes for future electronics that we will only have extremely fast sell-through or extremely high profit items that are electronics, and I will only have 10 boxes for that. I'm going to be deleting the rest of my electronics. I'm going to be wholesaling them. If some of you guys are interested in them, there are some very good items in here. It's $35,000 worth of eBay inventory, but it needs to be relisted. It needs to be pictured up better. It needs better titles. It needs to be listed better, and I don't want to do that. I want to move forward and work on my clothing and shoes and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested, I'm literally doing them dirt cheap. They're on my website, activeapparelzone.com, $1 each, and it is an insane deal. But anyways, I am going to be deleting these because a lot of them need to be relisted. They need to be redone. They need to be delisted, relisted at least. And over the years, I've been discounting pretty much my entire store, and these are like the items that kind of got left behind. And I did have 16,000 items at one point. These is kind of like the leftovers, but it is still good stuff. It just needs to be reprocessed. Like a lot of this stuff was listed incorrectly or priced incorrectly from the beginning, and then they just kind of stayed in the back burner for a very long time, and I don't want to go through and mess with it. I just want to move forward. So I'm going to be deleting literally all this stuff right here, and there are some very good items still, but I just want to move forward. Like, let's see right here, this zebra scanner right here is like $30, and there's so much good stuff in here. Honestly, some very good cameras. A lot of people are going to be asking me, can I just buy all your cameras? Honestly guys, I don't want to separate a bunch of stuff for one person. Like I want to wholesale lots of different electronics because I want to get the stuff moving. Obviously you guys want all the better stuff, but I want to move everything. I will take care of you guys. If something is not worth posting on eBay, I won't sell it. Like I'm gonna discard of that. But every single item I'm gonna be getting rid of is probably like $20 average sell price, $1 each on the website plus the shipping. That is it. But I think me having all these items listed on my store is messing up my sell-through rate because a lot of it is not moving, and I just want to literally discard and focus on the new stuff. There are probably like 200 big electronics I'm going to be getting rid of, except for the ones I recently purchased, and I'm going to be moving all this rack over, having this for shoes, having this for shoes and clothing, and I think it's going to be the best thing for the whole eBay store. And my store right now is at 5,200 items, and I'm going to be deleting 1,800 to play it safe. I think it's more, but I think like 1,800, and it's gonna go down to like, I don't know, like my math is not gonna be good, but like 3,300 3,400 items listed, and that's gonna be all my clothing, shoes, and hats and stuff like that. And then we can start you know, filling this up with shoes, filling this up with shoes, and get rid of all the stuff, because a lot of these boxes are actually empty. A lot of them don't have that much stuff. This one is kind of empty. There's some that I just filled up, but I'll get rid of that stuff too. But a lot of them just have a few items, and each one of these white boxes I can fill up like 30 to 40 items of just small stuff. I used to have 4 rows like this full of electronics, but yeah, we're just doing stuff differently now. And honestly, the reason why I'm doing this is because like I still am going to do some electronics, but it's only going to be the best deals possible that I see, that I just know it's something that's very hot. And basically, yeah, it's just to help out my sell-through rate and just to move forward and finally close the chapter on the electronics really and move forward, because I have noticed that obviously everyone is abundant to clothing, everyone can get clothing, but I can actually get very good clothing. My average sell price with the shoes and the clothing is like $27, and I feel like that's very good, and I'm picking up items that are selling very fast as well. All this stuff right here that's sold, was literally listed like this week, and all of it sold already. I'm picking up some very good stuff, and I can get an extreme amount of that kind of quality, not just junk, like very good stuff. So I just want to move forward with that, get rid of this rack space, get rid of these white boxes. If someone is in the Central Valley of California, like in the Fresno area, if you guys are interested in these boxes or buying some of the electronics, message me, guys. Or if you guys are down to do a drive, I'm in the Central Valley of California, and we can do a deal for these boxes super cheap, and I can wholesale you guys a bunch of stuff like dirt cheap, even cheaper than the website. But you guys just have to message me on Instagram at Active Apparel Zone on Instagram. All my stuff is down below, guys. But yeah, it's gonna be like kind of a bittersweet thing, because I do sell stuff from here every single day. I'm selling a lot of electronics every single day, and it's like, dang, I'm gonna delete them, you know. And I feel like I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, are my sales gonna slow down because it is 1,800 items, or are they gonna get better with the new stuff that I'm getting? So I don't know if it's messing up my sell-through rate. I don't know, but we're gonna see. And I'm just gonna pull the plug and just do it once and for all, because I've been thinking about that for a bit, and one of my subscribers messaged me saying his concerns about that like the old stock I have, and I was already kind of thinking of it, but then once he messaged me, I was like, yeah, you know, you're right. Someone else was gonna buy all this stuff, but then they backed out, which is fine, but I still want to delete all the stuff, you know. But yeah, guys, closing the chapter on the pelayotech electronics. So it's like a bittersweet thing. Yeah, guys, we're moving forward and not looking back, and we're going to be going hard on clothing, shoes, hats, and all that stuff. I'm going to show you guys my rack right now. As you guys can see, guys, I have filled up the entire shoe rack. We have, I don't know, 850 shoes listed up. And there is some room to, or these are actually, these two spaces are in the office already filled up. This is all the clothing we have listed up. We have a lot of clothing all the way up here as well, and pretty soon we are going to fill this up as well. We have all this room right here, but we're getting there. And I believe once I delete all that stuff, get all this situated right here, I'll be able to use all this rack space as well for clothing and shoes. And then once I fill this up, at that point, I think like in 2-3 months, I think at that point, the clothing aspect of the business is going to be generating some good money, because like right now, 90% of my sales are finally converting into clothing mainly. Right here, all that sold for this morning were this pair of headphones and this little coffee machine. That was it. The rest was clothing, and I'm selling some very good stuff, like $30, $40, $60 for this shirt right here. It's like a vintage 1984 shirt right here that I got for like $3, and you know, it's a great pickup. But we're selling some great items, and you know, at some point, if I double up my store in, or even almost triple in the next 3-4 months, it's gonna be very good, the sales, because I'm already seeing some great results, and if I just keep it going, I think it can go very good. So that's kind of my plan, and that way, like I said, all this stuff from my dad's side that I'm holding for him is kind of in the way still, so it's gonna be very hard for me to just add racks and neglect this still, because all these electronics are here because I neglected them. They were neglected. I didn't check them. I didn't refresh it and not checking to see if the titles were good or if the pictures were good. It was all neglect. This is 1,800 items of neglect, which is my fault. But now it's time to move forward, and that's just the truth, you know. But if I just were to add more racks and kind of move this along faster, add more racks, that's going to get neglected even more. It's time to address this and get that stuff moving out of here, and just get a little bit of money for it, you know. And if nothing sells, I'll figure out what else to do with it. But it has to get off of my store, and we have to move forward and not look back and just progress, you know. What do you guys think of this? Is it going to help me? Is it going to hinder it? I don't know. But I think right now, in the direction we're going with the shoes and the clothing and all that stuff, it's going really good. But we just have to keep going with it, because it's only been 3.5, 4 months since I switched to clothing and all that stuff. So it's not like there's not a large sample size of how this is really going. Like I am seeing, I pay a couple of bucks for some shoes, and then I sell them for a lot more. The other day I sold a pair of shoes for $150 that I got for $5, and every day I'm selling a good amount of shoes. So like the money's there, like it's very profitable. But now we're actually going to start seeing with more time how this is going and how this transition is going to pan out, because it's only been 3.5 months, very short amount of time to really see what's going on with the numbers, what kind of sales I can expect. This is totally different from electronics, and I'm learning. So yeah, guys, I'm taking you guys along with me through the journey of this transition period, and it hasn't been easy. It's been a huge learning curve, and it's been very hard because like I was working my way up, listing slowly. At one point I was only doing 20 a day, 15 a day, and then sometimes not even listing on the weekends, because I just didn't want to put a bunch of money into this without the sales compounding within themselves in my store. Just listing 1,000 items right off the bat into my store was not going to be the answer for the very first month, you know. And I actually listed a good amount in the first month, and there was no sales. So I was like, damn, am I doing this completely wrong? But now we're seeing the compound effect of me just being consistent and trusting the process. So now it's going good, but it's still not a large enough sample size to see what's going on. But it's thousands of dollars now per month, so it's getting there. But hey guys, I just wanted to add one more thing. If I were to do a whatnot show and sell all those electronics, I could definitely do that, and it would go very good for me. I could sell a lot of stuff for almost $5 average sale price, but I'm doing it on my website, $1. Just think of it, if you guys are going on whatnot and getting a good deal for $1, I'm going to be selling it for $1 off the gate, and you guys can just pay for the shipping just like you would in whatnot. I have a good audience on whatnot. I tried it a couple times, and if it went very well for me. I could do that. I don't want to do whatnot. I want to sell it through my website, let you guys get it for $1, and I want to move forward and sell it just like that. And you know, you guys can just grab the good deals. I'm going to put some very good items. If it is something that is not good for eBay, I'm not sending it to you guys. It's going to be very good items, you know. And if you guys have bought from me before, like I usually try to take care of everyone and make sure it goes good. Back then I would charge $3 per item. Now I'm doing $1. And if you guys are buying many, you know, it's a big difference. And I'm only doing 100 item lots. So it is down below, guys, on the website. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna catch you guys later.